Alright, Mandy.
And Gretta.
This is the stuff that we talked about for the people who work in our Swingout Clinic flats. The first thing we talked about is basically the swingout is just a matter of making and maintaining momentum within our partnership. So the first thing we talked about is helping the followers go.
Yeah, for followers, it's really important to let the guy stop the momentum. So that's what this exercise is designed to illustrate.
Wrong step back.
3, 4, 5, 6.
At any point, she needs to keep going. She would never stop until my arm actually stops right here.
And this relates to swing out because when I'm doing a swing out and I'm coming in towards the guy, it should feel pretty much the same as if I'm just walking past him until he stops me with his hand on my neck.
So we did this a bunch of times. Send her straight down the line. Leaders, I get out of the way.
And I'm going straight through.
And finally, I catch her and step through. Boom. Catch her, step through. When I do this, I make sure that from here, right here, until there is one motion, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, and up, down, down, down.
Don't let the swing out stall on 3 and 4.
Keep moving. Lean in, and I fall. One motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stepping in the direction I want her to go.
Meanwhile, followers, you're going to let him move your momentum through, so we're not going to cause a break in momentum here.
A little bit about the body positioning that we talked about is when we're here, when we're connected with each other, avoid awkward positions, obviously. And how I like to do that is if I come to here, I like to leave a foot behind, keep it a little bit straighter, so I can just comfortably sit back under that foot. I don't really come to here because I find this is an awkward position. Keep my shoulders open, some space here. I try to keep my hips basically below my shoulders with a little bit of flexion, but not too much, because that makes this can weaken me.
And our heads get kind of close together when he does that. Meanwhile, my right foot is usually a little forward in this position, and I don't want to let my upper body go behind my shoulders. It's going to make it a lot harder to stop me.
Basically, when we swing out, when we do anything, we want to think about this to here, from here to here, being the most important parts of our body.
Yes.
This is where everything comes from. And it's mostly right about here. For me, it's all through here. This whole part of my body moves as one unit. It flexes, it's not like completely rigid, it flexes, but basically, when I move backwards, that part of my body, that whole part of my body moves backwards. Not just my shoulders, not just my butt, not just any.
We talked a lot about not making your feet behind you when you're running backwards for girls.
And aside from that, a couple things about holding yourself. We just want to hold ourselves with some space in here. We don't want to let this go to here where we get all tensed up. Otherwise, we don't want to get here. We want to keep all this open as much as I can. I'm just going for openness and not tense arms, rather taking all of the force that we have in my chest and my back, not in my arms. So no matter how hard I'm pulling here, or how much tension we have, I feel it here and not here.
So this relates a lot to what we were talking about, pulling in on 1 or 2, and making sure that you're actually pulling in decisively, and the followers are coming in when he's pulling you in. Don't just default to step forward on 1. So we were talking about the different ways for guys to lead on 1 and 2.
Yeah, so we have the option to do this, where we just step back, leaving our arm, our shoulder, and everything pretty much static. We also have people leading in on about 2.5. 1, 2, lead, 3, and 4. What I think about here is not 1, 2 gank, but I think expand, contract. If I want to make that longer, I expand for a little bit longer, and then lead it later. But I expand and I contract. I don't boom, pull. I don't go this way. I I go expand, contract.
Meanwhile, for the followers,